and we don't know whether we're actually eating these new genes or not. So I'm against that it's not labeled, that we don't have a choice, because that can honestly promote some allergies. We don't know how the effects are there. It's just too uncertain. And I know we're producing a lot of food because of the gene enhancement, but I wished we could have our own choice over it. Therefore, the market about organic food is so big, because we don't know whether we buy gene-enhanced food in supermarkets. And when it's promoted to have organic food, then we know for sure, or at least we think so, that this is really purely grown without any kind of genetically enhanced products. So that's what we're going to have to deal with. And I hope that this country will push for labeling enhanced products and see how we can control it in terms of your own choice. And even if you help things, even if we help the enhancement of wheat and the growth and anti-pesticide genes, we also need to be concerned how that gene can be transferred to other crops and how that affects. So there's a lot of things that we need to question, but also a lot of things that we can have already welcomed in order to help the human race in food production.
The debate over euthanasia has grown stronger in the coming years as more and more patients suffering from incurable disease seek to end their life. One such example that had plagued the global media in 2008 was the story of French schoolteacher Chantal Cibre. The story of Cibre began with the growth of a tumor in a nasal passage, a tumor that left her partially blind, unable to smell or taste, and disfigured for life. With no option in removing the tumor, Miss Cibre had pleaded to the French court to allow her euthanization. With the court ruling against her, Miss Cibre had no other choice than to commit suicide herself. Counselor and child psychiatrist Jared Smith has worked in the United Nations International School for several years.
Stem mostly from the idea that growing older and being in pain, or being what I think of as having a sickness that is incurable to some degree, I wouldn't want to live my life, whatever left of it, within that. And I would want those around me who love me or care for me to be able to make a choice to say, this is not what Jared has always seen his life as or what he wanted to. And I can understand how it can be hard to do such a thing for someone to make that decision. But having known me and having discussed how I see life and how I see the way I believe I should live my life or be capable of living my life, I think that decision should be able to be made. And it shouldn't be taken out of our hands at that stage. I would feel more comfortable knowing that my wishes were followed, that I had made them during a rational decision in my life, like sort of a living will, or some such legal document that said Jared had signed and talked and it has been witnessed about this, and was his wish. So please follow it up. I know there's some complication with if you've never had this rational decision, but I think most people would have this conversation prior to getting to that stage if they felt they were allowed to, if it wasn't an illegal process at this point. And people would then address the idea of terminal illnesses or debilitating illnesses that reduces someone to a shadow of their former self. And they could then go on to the next stage of whatever life is after that, the process, and their families and the people who care about can move on also. So I believe that it should be something that people have the choice.
You have now seen several interviews conducted on a broad spectrum of issues related to bioethics. However, to truly understand the impact that science has on humankind, we must travel deeper and farther than ever before. Just in this short 7 minutes alone, we have already discussed the issues of animal testing, GM agriculture, biological warfare, euthanasia, and the role of religion on medicine. With the start of a new decade come the new findings and discoveries that grace our papers every morning. With the newfound hope comes the newfound fears that we as a species are at a point of self-destruction, a point in which we may never return from. But we mustn't let the tragedies overshadow the miracles. Just in the past decade alone, science has increased the life expectancy of patients living with HIV/AIDS. The creation of retrovirus vaccines has saved the lives of millions of infants worldwide, and the cure for cancer seems to be inching closer. But it is up for you to decide where you stand with the issues. Thank you for watching. This has been Preeti Thapa. Goodbye. Of seeds so high that small or impoverished farmers heard you're new in town, want someone to show you around. Well, no one knows this place just quite like me. Well, I don't hang with the crowd. Well, I go, we're dressing down. I take you where the music plays for free. So don't rely on people you meet, 'cause no one is safe in these streets. I'm gonna take you out tonight. I'm gonna make you feel alright. I don't have a lot of money, but we'll be fine. No, I don't have a penny, but I'll show you a good time. I'm gonna take you out tonight. I'm gonna make you feel alright. I don't have a lot of money, but we'll be fine. No, I don't have a penny, but I'll show
That
you
is
a
not
good
labeled
time.
when it has a gene code.
So what do you think so far?
Start over
Is
again.
it all you're hoping for?